Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're watching episode 2 of She-Hulk. The first episode I thought was a great introduction to Jennifer Walters. I do know that they made like a change with that wasn't supposed to actually happen in the first episode where she got like her little origin story. And as somebody who's not a fan of origin stories, like I don't know if I necessarily needed it. But I know that there's some people that really wanted to know how it happened. And I'm glad we got it. I'm glad that we got to see hers and Bruce's relationship together, that we got to see the difference, kind of like how each one became Hulk in a very different way. And I didn't know personally Bruce's backstory about having a dissociative identity disorder and that he was abused as a child. I didn't know any of that. I don't know if a lot of people do know that backstory of Bruce Banner and the Incredible Hulk. But I feel like that really, really informs us a lot that when we see Jen able to transform and kind of control the transformation, that it's not necessarily anger or even fear that brings it on. That there's, I mean, you could have a sudden trigger and it could cause you to transform. But because she doesn't have that kind of broken part inside of her the way Bruce does, she is able to kind of transform at will. And I think it really informs us that it's a Bruce problem, not a Hulk problem. And I like that we got those two different things because also that means that Bruce can kind of heal himself. And like he's come a long way, but he just suffers trauma after trauma after trauma. You know, he lost Natasha, he lost Tony, and that was just in like a short period of time. You compare what he went through once he transformed into the Hulk, but even beforehand, he's got a lot of stuff going on in that head of his that, you know, he probably needs to get sorted out. And he's done a good job at kind of being able to control it in a certain way. And that's why he even says that he's like really jealous of Jen, is because she has that ability. But also, I think he realized that he's the one that kind of has a little bit more of it being broken inside of him rather than it being just a Hulk issue. Because I don't think. I don't think gamma radiation just makes you angry. I think whatever's inside comes out easier when you transform into the Hulk because we see her kind of being more confident, like, you know, the way she's like playfully like showing off that she's strong now. I feel like it brings out the qualities that are inside and makes them grander and bigger, just as it makes the person grander and bigger and greener. And I will say that there was like a couple people, there's a lot of people. There was some people, men, that were a little upset that her transformation seemed easier and that there's like a whole Mary Sue thing. I don't think that's the case. I think one episode does not dictate whether or not somebody's a Mary Sue. I do think she's going to have problems with her powers and having an issue controlling them when she's in certain situations. And, you know, we see Hulk, like, you know, destroy an entire city and the regret that he has over it. You know, she might very well go through some of those experiences where her anger gets the better of her and she does something she can't take back. So calm down with the Mary Sue stuff. Like, allow her to grow and show everything. If it were a 2-hour movie, I don't think it would have started out that way and you would have felt that way about her at all. Also, there was an issue with her being stronger than the Hulk. I did not see that whatsoever. I saw him hold back a lot. Because we know, like they when they're throwing the rocks, like she throws it farther than him, and she's like, ha ha ha, and he's like, oh yeah, and picks up the rock and chucks it. And I'm sure there's a planet that was obliterated somewhere in space because of that rock, right? So we know he's powerful. We know he's strong, and he's definitely holding back. Like he doesn't have anything to prove. He's the Hulk, right? Like we've seen what he can do. Like it's not all good, but like it's not lost on me that he was holding back because it's his cousin. You know, even when they're fighting, like, you know, he's not trying to come at her. Like, you know, he's very calm and collected and his glasses are broken and he's like, okay, I guess we're doing this. And, you know, eventually, like, takes her down, but like in a very playful way, you know? So it's like no one, I didn't see them trying to say that she's stronger than him at all. She's stronger than Jennifer, but as She-Hulk, she is definitely not stronger than the Hulk. And I know a lot of people that know this in the comic books know this to be true. Now, with the character itself and breaking the fourth wall, of course, like if you watch on my channel, I recently watched Deadpool for the first time, and I love the fourth wall break. I absolutely love that. I feel very connected to the character when they do that. I feel like it lets you in on something that the other characters don't know, and that you get the secret first, or you get a little bit of narrative directly at you rather than like just two characters talking and you just figuring it out by dialogue. It's like literally like, hey, this is what's happening. And I love that. I love that. And I know that we're going to get more of that. And I love that it's going to be in a lawyer setting. I'm really looking forward to her doing her lawyer thing. And I know like her life's drastically going to change from being Jennifer the lawyer to being Jennifer the lawyer who can transition into She-Hulk at will, right? So there's going to be like some bumps in the road, I think, for her learning how to be that different persona. And I definitely am looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to her relationship with Nikki. I've seen a couple parts of the trailers where they're out having drinks and they're discussing stuff, and like she's on a dating app. So like obviously we're gonna get like the saucy She-Hulk side. She's a sexy superhero. It's completely fine. Like go get yours, girl. Like I'm excited to like see some like superheroes that's actually like sexually active and not just Tony Stark. Like 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 go get it, girl. Like I'm here for it. I'm here for it. So I don't know what the next episode's going to be about other than people now realizing who she is and that she's a Hulk. Like I don't think it'll be a surprise because I'm sure they know that she's Bruce Banner's cousin. But now that this kind of runs in the family of becoming Hulks, then I'm sure hilarity ensues, but also probably some serious stuff too. She was really looking forward to being a DA. I don't think that that's on the table much anymore. I think now she's a lawyer for other superheroes or super villains, super people with abilities, mutants. I don't know. All the gamut or none of it. It is what it is. I've never professed to know a lot about comic books. And I'm really looking forward to kind of seeing female relationships being played out in this type of setting because, like I said, her friend and going out to drinks, and then the way the women were in the bathroom with her, like that's 100% what it's like to be in a female bathroom. For all the guys, we're going to open up the door to the secret to you. We treat each other amazing in bathrooms. I have held back so many strangers' hair while they've been puking. I have rubbed so many backs while somebody's been crying over a boy in the bathroom of people I don't know and I've never seen since. So it's just, I hope we get more of like the real relationships that women have. Especially some of the saucy stuff. Like I'm excited for the saucy stuff because I know when me and my girlfriends get together, it would make men blush. So that being said, She-Hulk episode 2. Let's get into it.
Do you like it or not? You're now a superhero.
The idea of being a superhero is not appealing to me.
She's not gonna have much of a choice now, is she?
I was right and Bruce was wrong. And I never have to be a Hulk.
Yeah, I'm ready to get into some Titania. Like, I'm really interested to see Jamila do her thing.
Stunning scene from the Metropolitan Courthouse today.
Some beautiful sketches, too.
Influencer Titania caused panic while fleeing traffic court.
Super influencer.
Chaos, a new superhero appears responsible for stopping the rampage.
Can you tell us about what you saw today?
Yeah. So this chick, pretty decent, turned into a Hulk, like a chick Hulk.
A She-Hulk?
Exactly.
Hey.
That's for you. No, that's for somebody called She-Hulk.
Lady Hulk, Girl Hulk, She-Hulk. Come on, just give them what they want.
I know. I hate the whole female thing that they have to tag onto it. I feel you, girl. I feel you. I mean, as someone who's 5'1", I would walk around like that all the time.
That name better not stick. It's so dumb. I can't even exist without being a derivative of the Hulk.
Yeah.
Neat little trick you pulled there, Walters. But
Smash. Oh.
only debut superpowers just to drum up publicity for yourself.
Only you would think that.
Nepotism. You knew it.
Oh, Jesus.
There's a hot chick over there. I'm gonna go talk to it.
It.
Some guy just gave me both of these drinks for free because you're a superhero.
I'm not.
They might be drugged. Please be careful.
Do the Avengers offer healthcare?
I don't.
Maternity leave, a pension? Are they even paid?
Very good questions.
Jen, can I talk to you for a moment?
Of course, sir. What is it?
You're fired?
Could you go back to Jen?
Could you be less intimidating, please?
Sure.
At a mistrial because you, as your what,
Saved people's lives?
saved the lives of the entire jury today. GLKNH argued that the jury was then biased in your favor.
That's fair.
You did the right thing, but it unraveled our case. Jen, I'm sorry. I have to let you go.
Yeah.
This makes you a liability for the DA's office.
Wait, you're firing me?
Notice she didn't transform when she got that bad news. It's not just emotions.
We can't hire a lawyer who's such a big distraction in court.
We're not prepared to offer you the position at this time.
Sorry, it's a no.
We just can't take the risk of a sideshow.
Life is ruined because she became the Hulk.
I'm sad and lonely.
Jen.
No.
What? Fired again?
No.
Sorry.
Fired again? So they know, obviously.
Sweetheart, oh.
There you go.
Hi! You know, this much sugar is very bad for you and your waistline.
Have to worry about getting fired. I already told everyone, so it won't be awkward.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Chad.
Wow.
You're
Ouch.
Chad!
Chad.
Cousin Ched.
I, yes, got fired, but it's fine.
Hawkeye guy. What happens to those arrows of his? I mean, does he go around and collect them?
Does she now have top secret Avengers stuff at her disposal?
As a stylist, you know, she could help you.
Let's get this hair more like She-Hulk's.
Now, Jen, there's a couple things I could use your help with before you go.
Does he need someone to lift something heavy?
That was just an excuse to check in with you. How you doing, kiddo?
Aw, that's a good dad right there.
Okay.
Really?
No, I'm not okay, but I'm okay with not being okay.
Well,
Maybe I should have just let those people get smushed by that desk.
Sweetheart,
Oh.
sweetheart, it's gonna be okay. This isn't even the first time we've had to deal with a Hulk in the family. And you didn't destroy a city.
Yet.
The thing that you were dreading happened, but look, you're still standing. And now you get to keep moving on.
I'm glad he pulled her aside and had that conversation.
Miss Walters?
Oh, here it is, the job offer.
Can I help you?
I'd like to offer you a job.
Is this a joke?
I'll never joke.
Believe him.
You got me fired, now you want to hire me.
To be head of a new division, yes. Take some time.
I
If we
accept.
could-
Yeah, there's not a lot of offers out there.
We'll only do it if I can hire my own paralegal. Non-negotiable.
She's a real one. Oh, happens to the best of us.
We just started a Superhuman law division, and I want you, well, the She-Hulk, to be the face of it. That means I'll expect you to be at work and in court as the She-Hulk,
Circus show.
not as a normal person.
Right now.
Being able to turn into She-Hulk at will is like now this thing that like she has to do for people. Gross.
Our division dedicated to superhuman law.
God, is this why they hired me? I am totally qualified, but now everyone around here is always going to think this is the only reason I got the job.
Money.
These dodos never had to deal with this on their first day at work.
I'm curious. What do you think about it?
I'm agnostic.
Interesting.
I'll spend the rest of the year worrying about what I just said.
I'm sure. Most of our lives, probably. That's something that I'd probably never let go.
I just found out the only reason they hired me is because they wanted a Hulk lawyer in the Superhuman Law Division.
Look at everything it's getting us. Are you kidding? Big ass windows. Fully stocked. Mini fridge.
Hype girl Nikki. I like her.
I made you guys a welcome basket.
Aw.
It's got some office supplies to get you started,
Oh.
snacks, and a map to the best bathroom for pooping.
Thank you.
It's actually really important.
Your first case is the parole of Emil Blonsky.
Right into it.
I'm very familiar with Mr. Blonsky, sir.
As she should be.
I have a serious conflict of interest. This man tried to kill my cousin, Bruce.
Yeah, that's quite all right. Mr. Blonsky is well aware of your familial connection and has signed a conflict waiver.
Oh, can you do that?
I would much prefer to be assigned literally any other case at this firm.
If you don't take the case, then you don't have a job here.
You gotta do what you gotta do, girl. God damn it. That is a prison. Department of Damage Control?
Oh.
Walter.
Yeah, I wouldn't like that either.
Never let your guard down. The prisoner is a very dangerous man.
You gonna serve me up with some fava beans and a nice piano?
Ma'am,
I love it. I
this
love
is
it.
prison.
Of course.
Take it seriously. You're a superhero lawyer representing a super villain. For parole. Why would you give him parole? What's up, buddy?
Mr. Blonsky, I was expecting...
Abomination, right?
Yes.
Yeah, wow.
Ugh.
Oh, sorry about that.
No, I'm cool.
No, you won't be seeing much of him about. I've completely transformed myself.
And it's cheaper for Marvel right now. Well, Disney.
Does that mean that you can't turn into the Abomination anymore, or you won't?
Means that I choose not to.
Oh.
Russian-born, British-raised, Royal Marines Commando, on loan to the US government.
Okay.
Let's talk about the elephant in the room, shall we? Your cousin, the Hulk.
My cousin Bruce.
Semantics, he was the Hulk. Yeah, because they pumped me full of that super soldier serum.
The serum the government gave you caused your subsequent actions?
I thought I was the good guy.
Mm.
Your cousin is held up as some kind of hero, and I'm locked up in here.
Hmm.
Where's the justice in that, Jen?
It's a good sell.
The parole board's gonna need to know that you feel remorse for your actions to even consider release.
I have here various haikus that I've written.
Haikus. Oh, God.
Sing the sorrow.
Oh, you don't have
If you'd like to experience them.
You don't have to, but I'm going to enjoy it.
Many ears here.
If I were your attorney, I would advise you to speak truthfully from the heart instead of trying to gauge what you think they might want to hear.
Well, we saw him fighting with Wong, so he can't be that bad anymore, right?
Listen, I got a new job.
Hey, congratulations. That's fantastic.
Part of the deal is I have to take on Emil Blonsky, and I couldn't do that without talking to you first.
Okay,
I mean, it doesn't seem like you hold a grudge.
She's gonna try to sell it to him.
And I'm not falling for an act here, but Blonsky did seem to have really good arguments, you know? He was so compelling, and maybe I want to believe...
Let Bruce talk.
I think you're calling me to tell me you're taking the job.
I'm calling you to tell you I'm taking the job.
Yeah.
Actually, Blonsky wrote me a really nice letter a while back. And a really heartfelt haiku, so we put everything behind us. That fight was so many years ago, I'm a completely different person now. Literally.
He is a completely different person.
What'd they end up naming you anyway?
She-Hulk?
I love that. That's got a nice ring to it. She-Hulk, attorney at law.
Aww.
You coming to LA anytime soon?
Yeah, probably not for a minute. I got some things I gotta take care of.
What you doing? He did go onto the ship.
Okay.
Lost the signal?
Mr. Holloway, I'd like to accept your offer.
So this means you're taking Blonsky's case.
All personal complications have been resolved. I've already got a winning strategy, and it is 100% in the bag.
You might want to take a look at the news right now.
Oh, shit.
So far, there have been no statements made by Emil Blonsky's attorney after shocking footage leaked showing the Abomination participating in what appears to be an underground fight club. after having somehow escaped from prison.
Oh, that sucks.
Yep. That's it? So I guess this kind of tells us timeline-wise that this is happening as Shang-Chi is happening. The poop map, like, that's a necessity. You have to know where the best one is to go. Oh, that's cool. I like the shadow.
I don't know what I'm doing down here. Just keep turning.
I turned to left. I'm good. Drop it down.
Okay,
Drop it down.
okay.
Good.
Do not touch these wires again.
I could have done that.
Ched.
I'm glad you're staying hydrated, Dad, but this seems a little excessive.
Oh, here. I got that. Do that. Yep. Okay.
There really is just the end. Okay, so we knew that there were going to be repercussions for her being She-Hulk, which it's funny that they point out that it is a derivative of the Hulk, but she was originally created in like I think the late 70s, early 80s, so that's just what they did back then. It's fine. It's fine. I think She-Hulk, Attorney at Law, has a wonderful ring to it, as Bruce said. Yeah, definitely her getting fired and then nobody wanting to take on a lawyer with this kind of following, I guess, or the chance that it could happen again. I totally get that. I love that she got a job, not necessarily just defending superheroes or supervillains or people with special abilities, but I think it'll be a good challenge for her because no one else can do it. It's her specialty. So I think she just has to look at it that way. I know it's not a great thing. I know that's not what her dream has always been, but I do think that when all is said and done, like she's the person to go to for this type of thing. I think it's perfect. The fact that he wants her to look like She-Hulk while she's at work. I'm not really even one that likes dress codes. I'm not one that like I don't really like the no tattoo rule. I don't like the you can't have colored hair at work kind of thing. Like I like people being able to be themselves, and I feel like forcing somebody to look a specific way is super irritating. And that's not just female or male. Like that's like people that have to go and work in the corporate world or even like with a small business, you know, like it drives me crazy. I'm glad we got a little bit of the family dynamic, although they weren't really what I expected. Between Bruce and her being a lawyer and Bruce being like this genius, I kind of expected the rest of her family to kind of be a little bit more like that, and definitely cousin Ched is not. And he might be in his own way. I don't know what he's a genius about. Because like he apparently works at Best Buy, but he doesn't know what 4K is. I feel like that's something you should know if you work at Best Buy, especially if you're in the TV department. Anyway, I really like her dad. They seem really excited to have a superhero in the family, but even the mom, you know, is like really pushing for her to be more like She-Hulk, and the aunt like talking to her about her hair to look more like She-Hulk. You know, like there's nothing wrong with the way Jen looks. I think Tatiana Maslany is adorable, but I love her curly hair. I love how she looks mousy and she's small and demure, and she kind of like is really lost in her clothes. Like her clothes are a little too big for her body, and it's not even just because of She-Hulk, but like you know, she's not wearing stuff that's super stretchy, spandexy, and tight. And when she's She-Hulk, she is. And it's not just because she hulks out and like clothes then like just fit her tightly. Like she's got that confidence. She's literally a different person when she becomes She-Hulk. A very important note. I'm going to just note it again. The poop map is very important for everybody. It's really interesting with Emil that like, you know, he also now can change at will. Like he also has kind of control over whether or not he can transform into the Abomination. And then we find out that it's kind of going on at the same time that Shang-Chi is, that, you know, he is escaping to go fight in like the ring. And we know Wong shows up, so like, you know, he's probably going to come and defend him a little bit. But one, why is he doing that? Two, how did they get involved with Wong, and like are they utilizing him for something else to help, I don't know, like to kind of like make up for his past. I love that he sent a haiku to Bruce. I love that they like put it behind them. I love that. I love that because it like clears the way for him to not just be the bad guy. And he even said he's like he thought he was the good guy, and I'm sure a lot of people that are labeled villains think that too. And like in like if you are a fan of Star Wars, like like everyone thinks the Rebel Alliance is like the good guys. Well, the people that are, part of the Empire are like, no, they're the bad guys. Like we're trying to help the entire universe. And, so it's like good or bad. It just kind of depends on what side you're on most of the time. That's why I like to stay neutral. I'm not picking a side. No thanks. These episodes are incredibly short. And I get that it's almost sitcom-y length, which is fine by me. It's a lot easier to edit. And I'm completely happy, but like I was just like, oh my God, that was so short. I felt like I was like watching something for like 10 minutes. So definitely the episodes are gonna fly by. I think there's 9 total, so we got 7 more. All in all, I'm really liking how they're presenting the fact that she's not a perfect person. She doesn't have a perfect life. That, she gets fired from her job and she's struggling to actually get a new job, and she's sad and she's depressed. And her girl Nikki is there for her. And then, she gets Nikki the job at, is it GLH? When they have like the acronyms for like the law firms, it's like HHM, GLH, ABCD. It's a lot, and I don't remember which one's which. I'll write it down for next time. It'll be all right. Hopefully we get more of Emil and his haikus. I'd like to hear one, just to kind of see how he's feeling inside. And I'm curious as to when, not really, like, I'm not chomping at the bit for Daredevil, but like, I would like to see why he appears in the show. Obviously, Matt Murdock's a lawyer, she's a lawyer. Like, do they have a case that's kind of crossing over? Because I don't think Matt Murdock is out as Daredevil, so I don't know if he would present himself as a lawyer, even though it would be a perfect segue to do it. Or if they fight together, or like whatever, So I'm interested in that. Other than that, super short episode, but I thoroughly enjoy it. It's like enjoyable. It's lighthearted. There's some like emotional parts to it, but it feels less heavy than a lot of the other shows that we get, like Falcon and the Winter Soldier, how it was very trauma heavy, and even WandaVision, which was my favorite series that they've made so far, that they got really heavy at some parts. And this seems a lot lighter right now at the beginning, and I'm all for it. I love a comedy. I like things that don't necessarily weigh down emotionally. And then we also got to see Bruce in the ship. I almost forgot about that. Like, he's on that Sicarian cruiser, and he is going somewhere. Maybe Sakaar, maybe not Sakaar. I wonder if he's working with the Grand Master. Because if we get Jeff Goldblum, I'm not going to be upset about it. Okay, guys, remember to like, subscribe, get notifications, so when I post the next episode, you get notified. That's how that works. You can get the full-length reactions over on my Patreon, where you do need your own copy, if you would like to do a watch-along. And you can also find me on my Instagram, Funny Little Gal Reacts. I talk about content over there all the time. I post fun stuff, personal stuff, silly stuff. Okay, guys. I'll see ya.